Students, today we will discuss the cell organelle, that is plastid. So plastids are, this is a plastid, these are semi-autonomous organelle that have double membrane envelope. And plastids have their own genetic material, that is DNA. Like mitochondria, these plastids also have their own genetic material, that is DNA is present. Now, due to their large size, they are easily seen under the microscope. Now, plastids are especially found in plant cell, right? Plastids are differentiated into three different types on the basis of their function as well as pigments that they bear, like leucoplast, chromoplast, chloroplast. So you can see in plants that is certain parts of the plants are colorful, that is because of chromoplast, and certain parts are green, that is because of chloroplast, and certain parts are colorless like root, that is because of leucoplast. Okay. Now leucoplast, what is the leucoplast? These are the colorless plastids of varied shape and size and store nutrients in form of lipids and proteins. Now at the type of nutrient present in leucoplast, there are again three types: amyloplast, elioplast and aleuroplast. Now amyloplast is what? That's a starch containing leucoplast. Okay, so like wheat, rice, potato, so these contain this amyloplast. Now elioplast or leucoplast which stores oils and fats like castor seeds. Okay, so like sunflower. Now aleuroplast, protein storing leucoplast like maize. Maize, there is an aleuron layer in this monocot embryo structure, and that is called your aleuroplast. Okay. Next is chromoplast. Chromoplast is colorful. Okay, so yellow, reddish in appearance because of the presence of carotenoid pigments, carotene, and along with that xanthophyll pigments are also there. Like orange color of carrot is because of this chromoplast. Now chloroplast is what? That bears the chlorophyll. Okay, the pigment is responsible for trapping light energy essential for the photosynthesis and the synthesis of organic food from an inorganic raw material in presence of sunlight. So photosynthesis is done by this chloroplast. Now chloroplast occur in major number of photosynthetic mesophyll cells of leaves and stem. Okay, so this chloroplast number can vary. So chloroplast is the essential structure of mesophyll cells, right? So here if you ultrastructure of chloroplast, if you will see, then it's a double layered membrane. Okay, outer membrane, inner membrane, and inside it thylakoid membrane is stacked, and that is from the grana, and where it is not stacked like stroma. So grana is the site for the synthesis of that is light reaction goes on, and stroma where dark reaction goes on. Okay, so thylakoid are the membranous like flattened structure that run throughout the matrix or stroma. When thylakoids are arranged to organize in the piles of coins, then it is called grana, and that is called intergranal thylakoids, and many flat membranous tubules interconnect the thylakoids to form stroma lamellae. So what is the general function of this chloroplast? Helps in photosynthesis, consumption of CO2, release of O2, help in storing fats and lipids, and even transconduction of energy. Okay. Now the next one is ribosome, and ribosome is a very right. So we come to now ribosomes. See this ribosome. Now ribosome, now generally we have studied that 70S and 80S ribosomes are there. Ribosomes are small granules like structure found in endoplasmic reticulum, discovered by George Pallard. So who is the scientist? Is the Pallard, right? And 70S ribosomes are seen in prokaryotes and 80S ribosomes seen in eukaryotes. And S means here swept bark units. Swept bark unit. S means what? Swept bark unit. And ribosomes are mainly composed of ribonucleoproteins, that is RNA plus protein. Okay. And so these are the protein factories found in endoplasmic reticulum, and particularly ARIA. So these are found in RER. Now what's the difference between 70S and 80S? 70 is the largest subunit is 50S and 80S largest subunit is 60S. 70S is small, 80S is large. RNA and protein ratio is 60:40. So here 60:40 is the ratio of RNA and protein. But in the 80S it is 50:50 ratio. So that means the ribosome is having RNA as well as protein. Okay. So next we will go to the cell organelles called cilia and flagella. See these diagrams. Okay, cilia and flagella. Now cilia and flagella are what? That is actually the components of cytoskeleton. So what is cytoskeleton? The network of interconnected proteinaceous filaments. And cytoskeleton gives the shape to the cells. They are involved in many functions, mechanical support, motility. So cilia and flagella are the hair-like projections, that are mostly involved in locomotion and movement. So you see the structure of electron micrograph view of this cilia and flagella. See, this is the cross section, right? And here these are microtubules are arranged, and microtubules are arranged in a 9. So that's the 9+2 array. What do we say this arrangement is? 9+2 array, okay? And the central tubules are connected by the bridges, and the central sheath is there. Central microtubule is there, and these are the peripheral microtubule. So that gives the strength. That means cilia itself is again made up of 9+2 like cylinders of microtubule, okay? These are the cylinders. Next one is a centrosome. Centrosome, and the centrosome is a cell organelle which helps in spindle formation in cell division. And this centrioles, 2 centrioles make 1 centrosome. And centriole, when we have a cross section, this shows a microtubular arrangement. Okay, that is called 9+ triplet. These are the triplet. 9+0 arrangement. 0 means nothing is there in the central. So it is 9+0 arrangement of microtubules. Now this 9 spokes are there. These are the cylinders of microtubule, where each one bearing again 3 cylinders, isn't it? So it gives a very tough structure. So usually it is made up of 9 evenly spaced peripheral fibrils of tubulin protein. So what is this protein present in this microtubule? Is tubulin protein. And the central part of proximal region of centriole possesses rod-shaped proteinaceous mass called hub. Now this portion is known as hub, HUB. And the radial spokes are there. These are the radial spokes, 9 are there. So function of centrosome, they form spindle fibers, move to the poles at the time of cell division, help in formation of cilia and flagella. So this type of cell organelles, please go through NCERT and join tomorrow's online class for further discussion. Thank you.